expect to be very brief. So, you are all welcome. Let me begin by thanking our father, the president, who always will be our president, for finding time. Thank you. Finding time to be here. As Ijaw people, we are aware even of customs. Some customs will say, when they are burying someone younger, an older man shouldn't be there. But Mr. President, thank you very much for coming here to attend this in honor of someone who not only served you, someone who was your son. I would like to also thank His Excellency, the Governor. Thank you for personally being here. And I know the family will thank you appropriately, but I've been told a few things. I want to thank you and your government. And I thank all of you. I would like to begin on behalf of firstly my family, and then on behalf of the good and wonderful people of Sagbama local government area and the Bayelsa West Senatorial District. The governor is here, so you speak on behalf of our state. But I want to, on behalf of the Bayelsa West, offer our condolences. And on behalf of my family too, because he was also family to me, to the family of our departed brother and friend, and also condolences to this community, Trofani community, of which I'm one of your high chiefs, as a Pukrisi. And so I'm Jitoboh in council, my dear colleagues in the council of chiefs, please accept our condolences. I want to also, as a traditional man that I always will be, offer our condolences to the Pere in the council, the Pere of Kabul Kingdom. And again, those are my colleagues in the council as the rock, the Okuta of Ijoland. So I extend our condolences to our Pere and all of you in Kabul Kingdom. Madam Chairman of Sagbama local government, you are here in full force. Please accept our condolences. And to all our leaders and our governor, accept our condolences too. We have lost an illustrious citizen. And thank you for all the support and capping it up with your physical presence and that of your government. The representative of the Inspector General of Police, please accept our condolences too. For professionally, he was one of you, just like I was. And it is also not wrong to condole with our former president. And then I saw Mrs. Alamesia just before I walked up. I condole two of you. And in the case of former president, your family as well. Because he was also like a son and a member of your family. What can I say about Moses Jitoboh? And this is one of the very few times I'm even calling him officially Moses Jitoboh. I never did so. Since 1994, when I saw him at Police Academy, when we all arrived, and I thank our colleagues, members of Course 4, 94, who are here in full force. I will see you later and we'll talk more. I identified him when he started talking. Who actually joined Kano to Woodhill in the same bus, not knowing ourselves. I grew up as a homeboy. Moses Jitoboh grew up as a Lagos boy and didn't know much of this our area. And we joined the same bus from Kano to Wudil and came down at the gates. And then in my usual inquisitive way, I started asking. I said, well, I was going there. Then, where are you going? Tall, very tall. One of the few people that can claim to be taller than me. So naturally, I was inquisitive and I asked him. And I was shocked when he told me he's from Sabama local government area. I said, what? Sabama? My Sabama? I said, which community is Sabama? At least he knew Trofani. Didn't know much about this area, but he knew Trofani. So he said, Trofani. I said, Trofani community? Who are your family members? Then he mentioned his family members, and I knew most of them. Unknown to a number of you, IG and your representative, Moses Jitoboh comes from an illustrious family of police service. His sisters, older sisters, all police officers, most of them. And for some who may not know, because these days we don't teach history, this Trofani community has a tradition of selfless service to our country through the Nigerian police force, amongst others. People may not know that from this community arose one of our earliest police officers in Nigeria. His name was HSDickson. Police Officer HSDickson. Colonial police, before Nigerian independence, this community in Bayelsa State now produced one of the most senior police officers in the Nigerian police, colonial Nigerian police. Well, there is some parallel, unfortunate parallel. When the British officers were to hand over, HSDickson was supposed to have been appointed Inspector General of Police, the first IG. If you go into your history books, you will read what happened. Some allegations were leveled, and he was put aside. That's why the contention as to which name should be on the Nigerian police headquarters for a long time, when they were in Lagos, and we had the first headquarters there, it was Camp Salem House. Now, in Abuja, it is Louis Edes House. But it may interest you to know, HSDickson was senior to both of them, and could very well have been Inspector General. So you see, Amadabom and our kings, we have some prayers to carry out in this community. And it's our prayer that that near-miss syndrome should not befall us in Jesus' name. And that what God has destined for Trofani community, the way of national service, it will come to pass in Jesus' name. You see, talking about Mozilla, that's what I called him also, from that first day. When he said his name was Moses, I said Mozilla. And if I change your name and give you a name, then you better work out, because that name is likely to stick. So, we went to the academy. Then there was no Bayelsa. So we were from cadets from Sabama local government area of Rivers State. And we were there. I had served for close to 10 years as a policeman, as a member of the rank and file, starting as a recruit constable. We've come quite some way in life. And when I was appointed cadet ASP, I had become a lawyer, studying in the police force. And at 28, I've made a decision. I was okay. I wanted to go become a professor of law and a senior advocate, if God permitted it. That was my trajectory. But my friends prevailed on me, say, at least you have been appointed, you didn't lobby. It has come. This is something that people are fighting for. So go. So I went. But my secret plan was to do a master's degree while there. I said, that's only what will make my stay worthwhile for 2 years. By my life plan I've drawn. So I went there, went to BUK, went to ABU, and was told that the admission period was over. I said, what do I do now? I went to Force Headquarters. I said, give me, this is the situation. I want to go and study. They said, look, if you graduate, you must have for another 2 years. We must confirm you before we will allow you to retire as ASP. Then I said, okay, my mind was made up. 4 years, I have no time. So I paid 3 months of my basic salary as ASP and voluntarily left. Who did I call? Moses. Mozilo. I said, Mozilo. And Peter Izebuke, who visited me last week, to say he has retired. I said, look, the books are bought. So many books. Moses, you come with them, and Peter. It was Mozilo who, when they were on break, brought my books to me while I was now engaged in legal practice in Port Harcourt. And we went on. He finished his training and was posted to Benue State. And it was there he met his beautiful and supportive wife, Barbara. Please, a round of applause for this wonderful woman. And then he was getting on. But destiny had another plan for him. We ushered in our democracy. I had become political at that point, in the 80s. Ms. Chief Alamesia, now of blessed memory, and Mr. President, I won the election 1999, and by regulation, the governor, Chief Alamesia, had to appoint an ADC, and a signal was put out. Moses Jitoboh, posted in Benue, got the signal, and all the ASPs within that rank came for interview. At that time, I've set up my own law practice in my chambers in number 2A Agri Road. Moses came, visited me, and passed that night with me. We talked and laughed and prayed. The following morning, Mozilo left for Yenagoa for the interview. As Chief Alamesia, may God bless his soul, open-minded, broad-minded man. When he saw him, who will not like Mozilla, a giant behind him? And a Bayelsa boy and a job boy? No. Lamesia, you can trust him for that. Took him. So you see, last 2 weeks I made some comments at the service of songs. And here in Bayelsa, I would like to say the same thing again, so that our people will know that, you see, plants and flowers are not the only things we plant. We plant human beings too. We plant human beings. Especially when you are in leadership. God bestows leadership on you. Roads, schools, yes, good, but building human beings is also a part of it. So I would like to commend 2 people for the heights that Moses Jitoboh, my younger brother, attained. Because we were talking closely. There was nothing about his life or career that we did not discuss. Chief Alamesia, now of blessed memory. Please, Mrs. Alamesia, wherever you are, please can you stand up? A round of applause for her. And Chief Alamesia. Chief Alamesia, as our governor, discovered Mozilla. from Trofani. He didn't care where he came from, just took it. And Mozilla served him loyally, efficiently, effectively. And the rest, you know. So apart from thanking Chief Alanis and his family, the second person I would like to thank here is this, our president, our leader and father. Please, a round of applause for him. You know, our people, you see, that's what I keep telling our people, we don't have people. So any opportunity you have, don't drag down. If you can't uplift, leave the people alone. Don't pull down and think you are strong. If you can, plant, plant, plant. Everybody say plant, plant, plant. Yes. That's what we do. Not pulling down. If you pull down, are you the one to take the person's place? Learn from others. And that's why I'm a former pepper. Thank you. Now, you see, this is our president. And from one of the leaders of opposition in this state that I was, an ideological ideologue, he again brought me to his side. A round of applause for him. But that's not the story I want to say. And his planting of people, including me, that's not what I want to say. What I want to say in this context is how President Jonathan, then as our governor, so my people don't murmur when the IG's rep says he's governor, our governor. He was our governor. So he was not wrong. It's just that after governorship, he became vice president, acting president, and then go. So I just read, if I were you, I wouldn't have even bothered to correct. You are right. And now let's fast forward. We all know the tragic and unfortunate political developments that took place in this state of ours, 2005, 2006. I have served as your governor. And from 2005, by his courtesy and benevolence, I have been a member of the inner political caucus of this state. You all know that. I saw what he was doing, President. Even with that unfortunate development, I know the relationship dynamics between governors and deputies. Sometimes you all hear, not so, not in this our state, thankfully. It is not always you see a deputy governor who by circumstances becomes governor through no will or force of his own, and then goes to take the ADC of his boss and works with that person. Another round of applause for President Jonathan. If it were some people, pettiness, small-mindedness, envy, all kinds of nonsense things, rumor, talk. Because, nah, this is your boss, ATC, you won't take so. What if he poisons you? What if he plans with people against you to kill you? President Jonathan had no time for that. Moses Jitoboh was part of his team here, created an office for him. And not only that, after we did our work, and I think I saw Obigomiki here, we did our work supporting him, fighting for a president. We thought we had done our job to give him governorship nomination. And we went to Abuja for national convention. God now opened another chapter suddenly, and our leader and father became vice presidential candidate of the PDP and won election as vice president of the Federal Republic. And when he became vice president, who did he take as his ADC? Moses Jitoboh, Mozilla. And he worked with him as vice president loyally throughout. Again, another dramatic development took place, which we don't have time for. And this president, if it were left to him, he would have wanted Moses Jitoboh to continue with him as ADC when he was sworn in as president of Nigeria. He was very reluctant. I was one of those. As one of the do they say Egbe wages? As one of the people that were there fighting to support him in all ways, in ways he doesn't even know the details about, but we don't talk. And I'm happy Obiko is here. Once two of us put our heads together that something was right, we'll go ahead and do it. So we now discussed and even encouraged the president because we were bothered about his safety. At that time, soldiers, he had become president, and all the people, we knew the circumstances he was managing. It was by the grace of God that he went on to be president and continued. So we were worried. He was very reluctant to replace Moses Jitoboh. Myself, Obiko, the late General Zazi, we conspired again and said, this our guy wants to keep his police ADC. But the ADC to the president constitutionally has to be an army officer of a particular rank and take control of his immediate security and also link with the armed services. So we had to strengthen him. He was very reluctant. He was very reluctant. He showed loyalty to Moses Jitoboh. We did our work, the details of which I won't go into. And with General Zazi working with us quietly, the president didn't know, we didn't discuss. He only sent for me about how we will manage Moses Jitoboh when they have taken the decision on our insistence. And it was I, and later I brought in the people. When Moses came into my house in Abuja, and we managed. He's a human being. The president doesn't know what we did. And the president now created another office for him in the villa. Again, to keep him. Finally, on that account, when some of these national drama at that time took place, and we felt that our president's safety and well-being, well, we are the owners. Whatever happened, we have to tell Bayelsa people and the John Nation the story. So we conspired, and one of the people that we had in the villa, and DIG Zokomo is here, it was CP, FCT at the time. Thank you for your service. Myself, Obiko, DIG, and Ogidi, and General Zazi. Some bits we didn't even let Azazi know. We couldn't, certain things, only Jitoboh knew what we were doing and was part of what we were planning. That was the level of his loyalty. So, my dear people, today we have lost a worthy citizen of our state. We have lost, for me, a dependable younger brother. And when he was on the line to the DIG and things happened the way he did, unexpectedly, as I always do, I gave him my all. And it went through. Unfortunately, before the judgment came, he had passed unexpectedly. So we are here to honor not just a gallant police officer, we are here to honor a loyal and committed and dedicated man to the cause of his profession, to the cause of nation building, and in projecting the ideals of the jurisdiction. We have every reason to be proud of Jitoboh and the service he gave. Finally, Madam, you know, I don't call you even by your name, not because I don't know you are Barbara. From the first day he brought you to us, I started calling you our wife. You are a very good woman. So our prayer, please clap for her as much as you can. Our prayer that God will see you through this very uncharted path that you now have to work on. And let me remind you again that your dear loving husband is gone, but you still have so many husbands around, and all of us will continue to be fathers to your children too. I want to thank all of you for finding time to be here to honor our brother, and particularly the DIG and all my colleagues, police officers of all ranks. I want to thank you for coming to honor one of our own in the best traditions of our profession, and particularly my colleagues in Cos 494. But thank you all for coming to honor one of us. He did his best, and God who gave him to us has taken him. Blessed be his name. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Let's put your hands together for them. Beautiful display. Speaking about the regimented